Hey guys, it's Double D in the morning again, and this is Double D in the Friday morning episode 36, the history of cartoons part 27, the story of Tom Kenny. He was born in Syracuse, New York on July 13th, 1962 to Theresa Kenny and Paul Kenny. He grew up loving drawing and loving collecting records and listening to records. He grew up admiring stand-up and comedy. He had a brief stint as a stand-up and a VJ in the 80s. He went to see a famous stand-up in the 70s with his friend Bobcat, another famous voice actor that he has been lifelong friends with. And then they got up on stage the next night as Tomcat and Bobcat. Bobcat said that Tom killed it and admired his sense of comedy. Later on, in the mid-80s and early 90s, he developed a career in stand-up comedy and was a part-time VJ for the MTV network. Before he got his first job on Rocco, he had a lot of miscellaneous live-action movie and B-movie comedies. His very first voice acting show was the show Rocco's Modern Life, and this character right here, Heifer Wolf, from 1993 to 1996. There he met Stephen Hillenburg and Doug Lawrence, who would go on to create and voice. Steve would go on to create the SpongeBob show, and he would go on to create and voice his most famous character. But they met back in 1993. 2 years after his first voice actor gig ended, Rocco, in 1998, he started voicing Dog on Cat Dog, the dim-witted half of Cat and Dog. He was the dumb, conjoined brother of the two, but hilarious character. He also voiced the local bully of the Greasers, Clifford, as seen here. Clifford was just your stereotypical punk that was mean to Cat and Cat Dog for no reason. It was stylized after Danny in the Greasers in Grease, kind of that kind of thing, 50s and 60s Greaser. Also in 98, he became the narrator for this new Cartoon Network show at the time, the Powerpuff Girls. He would open and close the show, and as well as narrate the show and the story within the show. He also voiced one of the main recurring characters on the show, the Mayor of Townsville, that was based after the Mayor McCheese in McDonald's Land, and the Monopoly Guy. A dim-witted man-child type character, he was the leader of the town, but he was mainly the person that called on the girls when justice would need to be done and they needed to fight one of the monsters. He also voiced one of the main characters on the Johnny Bravo show, and this character is called Karl, and he appeared for the first time on July 2nd, 1999. He was your basic local nerd. Genius, but very nerdy. And this is by far his most well-known character, SpongeBob SquarePants, which premiered on May 1st, 1999. The pilot premiered that year right after the KCA Awards, but didn't get picked up as an actual series until July of that year. The very first episode, that was the first segment of the first episode that aired May 1st, 1990, was Help Wanted. Then we learn about your basic characters, Patrick, SpongeBob himself, and Squidward, and how he's learned and earned how to work at the Krusty Krab since he was a little boy. He is sent on a fool's mission, if you will, to get a special kind of spatula. But then Squidward and Mr. Krabs are bombarded by buses full of anchovies, and he ends up getting the job because he serves the best fast food that had ever been served in the animated universe at the time. The second segment was a reef blower, a pun on a leaf blower, where he tries to clean his yard by using a reef blower. And then the third segment is the segment Tea at the Tree Dome, where we meet Sandy. This character is not only one of his oldest characters that he's been playing for 23 years, but one of his most famous, if not the most famous. He also voiced the famous God of Love on the Fairly Oddparents. That's right, Cupid, which was another one of his famous recurring characters. From 04 to 09, he voiced the big purple monster but yet imaginary friend character that was friendly on Craig McCracken's sequel show to the Powerpuff Girls, Foster Home for Imaginary Friends. His character in this show took everything at face value and wasn't the brightest bulb in the bunch. But he was very friendly and someone that you did not want to make mad. The character spoke Spanglish, a combination of Spanish and English. He worked on another Joe Murray show in the mid-2000s from 05 to 09 called Camp Lazlo, where he played the main antagonist, Scoutmaster Olympus. This is the main antagonist which he voiced that was on Adventure Time from 2010 to 2018. Characterized as an evil character, but he wasn't evil, it was his crown that made him mean. That's it for today's video. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment, hit the notification bell, so you'll always know about my videos every Friday and Sunday at 10. And join me next Friday for my video on Craig McCracken. Also, please follow me on my Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, and TikTok, and my Facebook fan group, Drew's YouTube fan group, which the links will be in the comments. And feel free to give me ideas on my social media links.